Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on the Rochester Press Box. Bill Pucko with you, along with Tariq Spence. How you doing, Tariq?
Pretty good. Getting ready to head into the holidays, enjoy family, friends, and that's about it. Just family and friends. That's it. No one
else.
Our
far right, Pat Duffy's decked out in AHL.
Come on, it's a 2007 AHL All-Star jersey that featured not only Amerks and soon-to-be Sabres legend Drew Stafford, but Rochester's own Ryan Callahan playing for the, I believe, Hartford Wolfpack at the time. So, yeah, soak it in, baby.
Hey, Tariq, we're talking small town, not small town, but minor market city sports with the Greek Freaks signing on another 5 years with the Milwaukee Bucks. Everyone kind of likes it. They say, it's a good story. Stay in Milwaukee. If you got Milwaukee, you got Buffalo, you got Orlando, Sacramento. These cities, is it important to American sports that these cities thrive under these conditions?
Yeah, I mean, it makes you believe in the draft. It makes you believe that a town is going to adopt a star that's going to be able to be a two-time MVP. I mean, Giannis got drafted. He was a young player as a teenager when he came over, was able to develop, turned into a two-time MVP, an all-star in this league. This is what you dream for. This is why everybody watches the draft, not just for the emotional end of it. And these small towns now have options. You know what's great about it is that you can, as a team and an organization, you have about a 4 or 5 year window. And I think Buffalo's done a great job of this, basically drafting a quarterback, bringing in pieces, building up defenses. You can actually put a team together in a small market, not having to compete with these big cities anymore. Look at New York, look at Los Angeles, look at all these other major market cities that cannot get superstars anymore. The younger stars don't seem to care where they play anymore, and that's a great option for smaller towns.
With the exception of basketball, though, I think, Pat, the basketball players seem to gravitate to the Miamis, the LAs, hopefully New York someday.
Yeah, I mean, basketball seems to be the one sport where it isn't evenly distributed in minor markets. I mean, that in baseball, every once in a while, you get a guy that comes up through a farm system in the major leagues and they want to spend a significant amount of time there. But I mean, look, as an NBA player, I kind of understand why you would want to go to a major market, right? Like, Green Bay, you can name 15 players that play in the Green Bay Packers throughout their history. Same with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Same with, the Buffalo Bills. Look, can you name the average casual NBA fan 10 players that have played through the Milwaukee Bucks throughout their history? I mean, after you get past Giannis and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Sam Cassell, exactly, there's no money in it unless you are such a dominant player that you can lift that city above where they are. Look, Giannis has won the Defensive Player of the Year, the MVP twice, and there are sports fans, people who watch ESPN that cannot pronounce his last name, casual sports fans that don't even know who he is. So I was shocked. I don't know if this is good for him. I don't know if it's good for basketball because, again, you do have to attract another superstar or two to be able to make noise. And let's be real, man. I've been to Milwaukee a bunch of times. I love the city of Milwaukee. You don't want to live in Milwaukee, man, from October to May.
All right, but you know what it does do, though? And LeBron James did this when he left Cleveland, went to Miami, then went back to Cleveland. He brought something that town never had before, a championship. I think Greek Freak is trying to idolize himself in that town. He means so much to it. He basically said, it's my city, it's my town. I'm taking sort of ownership of it going forward. Now, he does have an opt-out. He's still pretty young. He'll play for about 4 or 5 years. He can opt out. I think it's 2024.
All right, let's be clear, though. All right, look, I love Giannis. I love watching him play. The guy's a dominant player. He's not LeBron James. You look at the roster that LeBron James was able to drag through the playoffs the year that he got to the finals, all the years they were losing to the Boston Celtics over and over again. Look, man, that roster was a dead body that he had on his back. That is a once-in-a-generation, maybe the best player of all time in LeBron James. Giannis can't do it by himself, man. He's in a position where even if he had that kind of talent, he couldn't do it by himself.
Well, let me just say this. For the front office for the Milwaukee Bucks, your chips are all at the middle of the table now. Now it becomes over the next 2 to 3 years what stars you can put around him to try to win a championship. That increases the pressure. Miami's very good. Boston's very good. Philadelphia seems like they're trying to come back around.
The ultimate insult from Milwaukee, I think, go for the laugh, right? The movie Love Actually, very popular movie from about, the 1990s and stuff. So the story is about there's a young guy in London who wants to meet women and convinces himself that America is the place to go meet beautiful women. So he flies into Milwaukee. and he scores. That's the best part. He scores with these beautiful women. Anyway, so that's like the picture of Milwaukee. It says, where is the least likely place to go in America to meet women? And they choose Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
If you had Bill Pucko doing a Love Actually synopsis on the press box today, you win bingo. It's over. Just get rid of your card. You win.
Can I just add one thing? Prince Hakeem went to New York, and where did he go to find a queen? Queens.
Not
I
Milwaukee.
don't know. I'm just throwing that. You said Love Actually. You guys don't get. He went to Queen. Never mind.
Interesting anecdote. Hey, we're in the Rochester press box, at least last time I checked, and we're going to talk the Buffalo Bills next.
Original Bay Goodman Pizza, located on the corner of North Winton at Browncroft. There are 3 ways to get the original Bay and Goodman delivery. Go to baygoodman.com.
Thanks for joining us, and welcome back to the Rochester Press Box, talking Buffalo Bills now. Pat, when we last saw the Bills, they were beating the Pittsburgh Steelers on national TV, everyone watching. And Colin Cowherd, a guy whose opinions I respect, put him number 1 in his power rankings.
Okay.
They've been impressive.
All right, look. Why you got to do this thing? Because I'm all excited. I love the Bills. Everything feels fantastic. Look, as Bills fans, I'm not rating on any parade. I've been running around, like shooting that victory into my body all week long. It felt so good. But let's calm down here. Let's calm down. We've noticed this week by week with the Bills when they play on national television. When they make some noise the first 4 weeks of the season, Josh Allen is a slam dunk MVP and the Bills are going to the Super Bowl. They lose a single game after playing an opponent that has 2 weeks off in the Tennessee Titans, and all of a sudden the world is crumbling. There were questions whether or not they made the playoffs after that Chiefs game, and you lost by almost a single possession. When the Bills look great, they're the best team in the league according to the national media. When they don't look perfect, they're the worst team in the league according to the national media. The Bills are good. They are a top 3 team in the AFC. They might be a top 2 team in the AFC. It's possible they're the best team in the AFC. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here because of a dynamite performance that Josh Allen was able to pull off.
But Pat, don't you think that's true of every team in the NFL, that everyone reacts to whatever they played last? You'd rather be playing well late in the season, I think.
100%. And look, I think this team is coming together at the right time. I think they're healthy. They're playing the right way. The point I'm trying to make is this. As Bills fans, we are not used to the national media spotlight and the talk. And you're laughing. I'm completely sincere when I say this, man. There's excitement that we're being talked about. And there's going to be anger if the Bills stumble a little bit before the end of the regular season. Because wait a minute, you said 2 weeks ago Josh Allen was the greatest quarterback of all time. Calm down. Take a breath. They're good. Don't listen to anybody else outside of the Western New York area.
Wait a minute. At the start of the season, Tariq, what are you talking about? Josh Allen deserves to be one of the top quarterbacks in the league. And now I believe he's going to secure the bag. And you had me all convinced and all this other stuff. Now you're telling me with a team, with a win recently against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who had basically gone undefeated until the last 2 weeks or so. Are you telling me now is the time not to lose your you-know-what? Because they've played extremely well the last couple of weeks. I do want to caution one thing. The one thing that Duffy's warning. You haven't won a playoff game yet. You've got to win. Oh, he just said don't lose your you-know-what.
You don't have to say it. You don't got to say it out loud.
What is saying it going to do? Saying it doesn't jinx it. They still got to go play the game.
But that is the classic sports observer. You continually, we do this, and it's like the worst thing we do as fans. We continually set the bar too high for us to reach. 10 wins, hey, I'm in for that. Division championship, geez, that would be great. How about, win a playoff game? If you win a playoff game, now you're talking Super Bowl. If you're in the Super Bowl, then you got to win it. And it's keep setting the bar up high until you can't clear it, and then we all go home unhappy.
Let's not show up this season and expect, because look, there are Bills fans now that are saying Super Bowl or bust. Do not be that guy right now. Sit back, enjoy what's happening. If it happens this year, whatever happens, it's wonderful. But you got 2 seasons after. Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
Are you at least going to say they're the best team in the NFC East without a doubt?
AFC East? Oh, yeah, absolutely. No question. I told you a couple of weeks ago. Told you a couple of weeks ago. The Dolphins were going to fall away, right? I've had people in my Twitter mentions for months. Well, look what happened. Look what happened. Okay.
How do you spell that?
Bunch of,
Yeah, we need some of those viewers. We need some of those people to come over here. Where the Rochester Press Box, like it or not, is next. Here's the Press Box trivia question, brought to you by Market View Liquor, where exceptional customer service meets an extensive selection. Jefferson Road at 390.
All of these things show Josh Allen has a strive for greatness inside of him.
Falcon Around with Carl Falk. New episodes every Tuesday on Rock Sports Now.
Here's the Press Box trivia answer, brought to you by Market View Liquor, where exceptional customer service meets an extensive selection. Jefferson Road at 390.
Are you facing criminal charges from a DWI and feel that you never imagined it could happen to you? Contact attorneys with years of experience as prosecutors and defenders. Contact Ganguly Brothers Law today for a free consultation. You can put your trust in us.
Thanks for joining us, and welcome back to the Rochester Press Box. This segment, like it or not, is brought to you by Ganguly Brothers Law Firm, attorneys with years of experience defending the accused. Don't go unprepared. Call Ganguly Brothers Law today. Like it or not, Tariq, the Cleveland Indians have decided, with a year in between, that they're going to change their nickname.
I mean, listen, I like it. I don't mind them doing it. I mean, it took a lot. It took a lot of debate about it, a lot of discussion about it. I guess my question would be, what to? Like, what are you going to now? What screams Cleveland? What screams baseball? I mean, you could use Larry Dolby. Somebody brought up the Dolbys. You could use so many different other things. So what would be, as Duffy starts to smile, I can already feel it, what speaks to Cleveland as baseball or Cleveland as a city?
If you were asking me, I would say go with the Cleveland fat, hairy guy wearing a tank top anyway baseball club.
Yeah, something that just rolls right off the tongue.
Well, I mean, look, you want to speak, go walk around Cleveland in August, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Now, technically, your mascot could be generally anyone, but I mean, I wouldn't go with that name. But I guess that would be what speaks to the sound of Cleveland. I like the change. I like the name. I know it's been over 100 years. I know a lot of people love to be married to tradition, but new things start every single day. You're not losing baseball in Cleveland. You're just losing the name. That's fine. Let's move forward.
You know, being a Jersey guy, Pat, that sports Jersey guy, that brings me to the Chicago Blackhawks, who kind of come up for discussion. Blackhawks they're great uniforms. It's a lot of tradition with that hockey team's name. Are they in the same category, do you think?
Well, it's funny you bring that up. You know, the NHL did their reverse retro jerseys, and they released them online. If you go back and watch the original teaser video from the reverse retro jerseys that Chicago did, they did everything they could to avoid showing the logo on the front of the jersey. I mean, the NHL knows what's up, and the NHL, above any other league, because of their footprint in Canada and the native folks that live up there, have a bigger issue than Major League Baseball, than the NFL does. Look, I mean, you see the way the waves are moving, right? You saw what happened in Washington. This is going on in Cleveland now. I think it's just a matter of time, and I think it's going to be harder for Chicago because of the historical significance of that name. That being said, I hope you're trying to figure something else out now, because it's coming.
Yeah, there's a right and a wrong way to doing these things. I think I've told the story here before. The Spokane Indians, the Major League Baseball team that's up in the state of Washington, actually negotiated a deal with the native tribe up there, and they sell merchandise with the actual the Indian signs for the words. And they share the profits with the tribe, and they've got a nice relationship up there. So there's a right and a wrong way of doing that. Pat, like it or not, we've got new conference leaders now in the NFL.
I mean, it's so funny, right? Like, this is the year of chaos is also the year that you're getting the first year with only one bye. It's amazing how it is almost impossible to identify in both conferences, NFC or AFC, which team is the best, yet it's never mattered more than it does right now. And you know, I was all about the one-team bye. Now that I'm seeing how the season's playing out, and you could have three teams in each conference that are on level playing fields, I don't like it anymore. I say get rid of it all, or give it to the top two seeds the way you used to do it, because someone's going to get royally you-know-whatted in this whole situation.
Aren't you impressed with Green Bay, though? I mean, look at all the things that they've had to overcome, and they're one of the top seeds out there. I mean, you know, remember the season started off with Aaron Rodgers not happy about not getting any more weapons, and look at this. He's able to do more with less. And there's a controversy over whether or not they should have drafted the quarterback that they drafted in the first place. I think Green Bay is probably the story of the NFC, because no matter what adversity they put on themselves, they find a way to be at the top.
Yeah, but when was the last time Aaron Rodgers was happy? Like when he was like 8 years old and he got a bicycle for his birthday? Like every season, Aaron Rodgers not happy about this, not happy about that. Like if you just look at him, his face just screams unhappy. I don't want to buy a certain kind of insurance because he looks so unhappy when he's in the commercial.
Well, I think upset too if Pat Mahomes is the new sales guy. I mean, what better way to come in with a new sales guy with a quarterback that could win a Super Bowl and is on his way to a second one?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Rodgers gets top billing still in those spots. Because Mahomes is the face of the league right now. We are the Rochester Press Box. This portion brought to you by Ganguly Brothers Law Firm, and Unfinished Business is next.
The Press Box Stat of the Week is being brought to you by McArdle's Restaurant in Fairport. McArdle's is open 7 days a week with dining available indoors and out, takeout and delivery. Come home to McArdle's.
And now to Eichel. He floated one.
Thank you for joining us, and welcome back to the Rochester Press Box. It's time for Unfinished Business. Pat Duffy, start us.
Before the first Bills game of the season, a very smart, handsome, bearded man sat on this show and said that Josh Allen for MVP, the odds he was facing, was easy money. I'm sure there's a clip of it somewhere if someone were to go look it up. That being said, right now, with 3 games left in the NFL season, Josh Allen is the third in line in Vegas behind Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers to be the NFL MVP. And here's the thing. He might be able to do it. The kid, Josh Allen that is playing against 2 teams that aren't playing all that great this season coming up, the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. If that kid can ball out over the next 2 weeks and you get a stumble or two from Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers, that's going to tighten up. The only thing that is going to keep Josh Allen from winning the MVP, aside from dynamite performances out of the rest of the season from those other 2 guys, is the fact that the Bills have been too good. You're right on the precipice of the division for the first time in 25 years. That game against Miami could mean absolutely nothing the last game of the season. That's a game of statistics you're not going to have at an MVP race. If it doesn't happen this year, it's going to happen in the next 2. So laugh at me again if you want, but Josh Allen will soon be your NFL MVP.
I love sports because we like to keep score. One of the things that we went through about 6 months ago was the racial inequality that's been going on, not only in sports, but affecting sports and the entire country. Well, remember what happened then? Major League Baseball, NFL, NHL, NBA, all basically said we're going to step up and change things. What is the score on that now? Well, let me give first props to Milwaukee and the teams out there, the Green Bay Packers, as well as the Bucks and for the Brewers, for coming together, 3 organizations coming together to try to help Black and Latin entrepreneurs in Milwaukee. That's the good score. The bad score is Major League Baseball, which did not hire any Black executives after 8 vacancies were open. This is what I'm talking about when we talk about what we want to do as opposed to the actions we actually take. And that's my biggest problem going forward. We have to keep score not only during the game, but what organizations say they will do off the field or off the court as well. That matters just as much as the score on the scoreboard.
My regards to Eric Ortiz of NBC News for filling in some of the details here. Louis Sockalakis was a Native American baseball player, played for the Cleveland Spiders in the late 1890s. He had a spectacular, if short, 3-year major league career. He's also given credit in some places as being the first non-white major league baseball player. Racism was more overt in the 19th century. The Spiders became informally known as the Indians, not to honor Sockalakis. It was a term of derision. The Spiders folded, Sockalakis became an alcoholic and died young, and the story was put to bed for the next 15 years. In 1915, the Cleveland Indians, now the American League, decided to change their name and changed it to the Indians, it was said, to honor the memory of Sockalakis. It's a bit of clever revisionist history that ignores the overtly racist origin of the name. The wheels of progress grind slowly. It took 100 years to get rid of Chief Wahoo and another few to replace the nickname Indians. This isn't a case of history versus political correctness. The name was used as a slur 125 years ago to specifically ridicule Louis Sockalakis. It is well past time to apologize. That is our program. And gentlemen, thank you very much.
Duffy, where do I get those AHL jerseys? Are they still available somewhere?
Can you believe that this was only $19.99 on eBay? How about that? Huh? What a deal. I'm losing money not buying these things.
Very good. Hey, thanks, guys. And thank you all for watching us. We'll see you next week with the Rochester Press Box.
Pray for him.